Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 here at Rawslowgaming, where we're playing Bath City Football Club and trying to take them to the top of Premier League and beyond. We are in the first season here in the Vanarama National League, and we're doing quite alright for ourselves, finding ourselves pretty much in the middle of the table, with the goals to fight bravely to avoid a relegation pretty much. So we're doing better than our goal is, and we're not too far off from reaching a playoff spot. It's not really likely and not really at all what we sort of aim for this season, but maybe for next season at least we want there and fight for a playoff spot. But that is next season and this is this season, so let's focus on that. And we are going to meet Boreham Woods, which is a team that are beneath us in the league, so hopefully that should be a good match for us in 4 days. And we are just showing you the matches if nothing else interesting happens between. We're soon entering the winter transfer window. We will not really be looking at winter transfers, but rather youth players that we can sign from higher up the leagues for free. But we will come to that as we're entering that time period, so to say. First, we will have a couple of episodes with quite a lot of matches here in December, as that is yet again another tight playing schedule that we have ahead of us. But enough ramble, and I'll have a short little break and see you at the match day. So the match day, and then it's very, very close here according to the bookmakers at skysport.com, which are in no way affiliated with it. Of course, it's from the game and clickable, so you can ask SI Games further about that one. But anyway, let's hope for a good match here and take advantage of that we're at home, which we aren't at all. We're away, just we're sort of building up that sentence, but it, as I said, not the case. So we are having a lot of players here in the wrong position and everything. So let's bring in Taylor. You are supposed to play that, but you are no nonsense fullback. And is that actually correct? I think it is. Yes, it is. And then we have Smith and Price. That's also not correct, right? No, we want Hackett and Smith. But you are a Messala. And here on the middle left winger, we want to play Pearson. There we go. And we want to have Britton alongside Brunt. Poacher. And that one is everyone correct. Yes, and Rowan is tired, so let's bring in Baxter instead of Rowan. Simpson, Clark, Asante, and then Rowan on the bench. Yes, that is correct. No, it's not, because we want Price rather than Simpson on the bench. Now it is correct though. So let's submit the team and go through match here and hope for a good one. And as always, we are pretty much following our assistant advice on pretty much everything, and also handing over these talks to him, since we are really not bothered with them. We are more playing a financial and micromanagement side of the game, so to say, saying to our staff what they should do and shouldn't do, and more important, trying to find the correct players and sign them and make good deals in wages and things like that. First highlight here of the match in the 22nd minute. Brunt here with a free kick, and he shoots but just outside the post there. So unfortunately not really that dangerous, could be a little bit more action. And Brunt gets a second chance here, this time across, but it's saved out there for Boreham Woods, and maybe a chance for a counter-attack. And managing to pass there very neatly between themselves, slowing down play though, so it's still in the defensive area, but a long ball up towards their strikers, but back to the defense of Bass here, and the ball to Burko, passing to Hackett. Hackett back to Burko here on the left hand side, long ball up towards the Pearson there, I guess, but failed. And Boreham Woods coming now. Lewis here on the right hand side, passing into Hales Duherty. No, Ducherty, but he did a shot that were outside of the post. So that's a little bit more than 30 minutes in now, and that's pretty much the only few highlights that we have had in that sequence, and that before with the 2 free kicks pretty much for Bath City. So very uneventful so far, and it's 0-0 after 1/2. So hopefully someone can make some magic happen here in the second half, and let's hope it is for Bath City. Team rating or player rating, not that great at all, really, to be honest. It's a pretty boring match and pretty boring ratings as well for the team, so could have something to do with each other, so to say. But we'll see here. So first highlight here in the second half, it is for Bath City. Taylor with a throw-in, passing to Britton, back to Taylor to Smith here in the middle. Passing back to Baxter, also in the middle, but in the defense. And a long ball up towards Britton, but not correctly addressed. So Boreham Woods in control of the ball, but they try a long ball and fails the same way. And the ball to Hackett to Smith here in the middle. And he chooses to pass up to Brunt, but not really making any progress. And back to Hackett, and passing back to Baxter here again. And this time, through ball on the right hand side to Senko with a cross to Britton, and he heads just outside of the post. Very nearly a goal there. And pretty good sequence there, at least for Bath City. And a new highlight here in the 60-minute mark. Berko with the ball, passing back to our keeper, Leg. And what will he do? Well, he will probably pass on the ground to Baxter, which he did, and to Smith, to Taylor, and sort of a long ball up there to Britton, and he were able to hack it back, pass it back, or head it back to Smith. Britton here again, but not getting through there. And the ball back to Taylor here, and another try here towards Britton, this time heading down to Brandon, and a shot, and it's a goal for Bassett here in the 61st minute. And very, very good stuff here. And finally, we did take the lead, which is very good for us. Very, very good, considering the placement of Boreham Woods in the league. We should win, so to say, and we don't want them to come up and fight with us for getting out of the relegation zone, so to say. And I think it's time to put Brunt off here, as he's a little bit on the tired side. We have a few players that is. It's him, Healy, and Berko. Berko is a hard player to replace, let's say, so we'll probably not really do that. So instead we'll bring in... who will we bring in? Well, I guess we'll bring in Clark here, but we'll switch in Taylor to the middle and Clark for Healy. That is what we wanted to do, and he will play central defender as stopper. And did we want to do more? Well, sort of Berko, but don't want to bring Rowan or Price in. And then, of course, we only have the goalkeeper there. So Smith is injured, so gotta bring in Price here instead of Smith. Well, a small injury, and we don't want him to get a bigger injury. And Price and Smith is a straight sub, so that's very nice. 5 minutes of extra time here in the end, which is more than we would like, but there we have it, the final whistle of Bassett to win. And the final result for this match, Bassett versus Boreham Woods, is a 1-0. Shots 8-5, shots on target 2-0, and possession 55-45%. So overall, a good result and a good win. Not the most exciting match that we have played at all. But it's all right, and as long as we win, we definitely don't have any complaints as such. That brought us up to 11th place in the league at the moment, 5 points up to a playoff spot, but The team there have 2 matches less played. The team above it, though, all have the same. But we have one team above us, or a little bit above us, that have 1 game less played. But in general, I would say it's 5 points up to the playoff zone no matter what. It's 13 points clear of the relegation zone at the moment, which are now just Boreham Woods that we just beat in this match. So split out for 6 to 9 days, a little bit longer than we would like. Richard's having a decent game for Billy, which is good, and we will praise Brunt here for his performance. And we will be back at the match against Dorking in the FA Trophy in 7 days. Welcome then to the FA Trophy first round here against Dorking. We are favorites according to the bookmakers, this time Football 365. So let's take that with us, and it's at home, and it's also extra time decided if needed to here, so no return meeting. And we're happy about that since, as I said, we have a very tight playing schedule. Finally, a bit of rest for the players though, so no one needing to rest for that reason. Smith still a little bit with an injury here, so we will play Price here instead for this match, and we'll just go to the match and hope that we can do all right. We should be able to do all right here. I think we are in good shape here. That hands over to assistant times to kick off and play and comment just like we always do. So 5 minutes in and nothing happening, but yeah, more is coming, that is for sure. Dorking looks definitely to be quite tired if we're looking on the stats here on the right hand side, especially Kasim already here 20 minutes in is at the 70 mark or below it, which is sort of our mark for trying to sub out our players. First highlight of the match here, Pearson, and it's a goal for Bassett here in the 26th minute. A good cross in there from Taylor and a good finish from Pearson, and feels good to take the lead here in this match, and quite early on shouldn't be any real trouble. It's actually Taylor there, Taylor with the throw-in as well, getting the ball back and then doing a great cross, and as I said, a great finish from Pearson there as well, so that's very nice. Next up, another highlight here in 27th, 28th minute. Brunt with the ball, passing up to Britton here, and he dribbles and waiting in players, passing back to Burko here on the left-hand side, and the ball up to Britton. He's heading it out to Pearson here on the left-hand side. Unfortunately, he loses the ball out, but he challenges backs and gets it back and crosses into Britton, and it's another goal for Bassett here in the 28th minute. Good stuff there by Pearson, winning the ball back there as he were challenged here, and a little bit of poor animation here in the game, but we won't try to skip that. But overall, a good sequence there and a good attack by Bass City, and proud of the lads. And we have apparently been focusing very much on the left-hand side so far for this match, but we are stronger on the left-hand side, that's for sure, than on the right-hand side at least. I would say that we're very strong in the middle as well, though. And another cross there by Pearson, and Britton in a great position there, but saved by the keeper as he were heading pretty much straight at him. And here comes the corner from Hackett, and missing everyone, so let's get rid of this highlight and get to the end of the first half. But looking at the stats, we're clearly leading here, but we do have a highlight here just before the end of the first half. It's Dorking with a chance here. Kasim passing into Boot, passing into Gallagher, and up to Pryor. Pryor with a real chance, but leg saving the ball there and out for a corner. And here comes the corner, and a leg showing safe hands, so it should be just a kick out and just the final, not the final whistle, but the whistle for halftime, which it is. And as I said, the stats are telling the obvious pretty much that we are leading or telling that we should be leading. So 2-0 definitely feels correct looking at the stats and everything. And overall, good ratings here from our lads this time around. Not like we had the last match where they were at like 6.4. Now everyone is at 6.7 or higher, not the other way around. First highlight here in the second half, Taylor with a cross and Brandt with a header just over the crossbar there. Which is obviously a little bit of a shame, but it's all right. Kasim, very, very tired here. He's actually at the 60-minute mark below 60% in match fitness or in energy, so to say, which is very, very low here. We have another highlight coming in here in the 63rd minute. It's Dorking making their way forward. Boot playing it wide here to Richards on the left-hand side. Crosses it in prior with the chance, but heading over the crossbar. So a little bit dangerous there, but nothing we can't handle. Burko, as said, is tired, so let's bring in... Oh, he didn't play Rowan. Well, that were a miss. We will fix that, I guess, with putting him in instead of Burko. I guess it doesn't matter, or it doesn't hurt that he got to rest a bit, though. And we'll put in Simpson instead of Pearson. Just a little bit on the tired side. And we'll play Asante instead of Britain this time. And switch up around there a little bit and continue like that. While we are playing the last few minutes here, remember to smash that like button if you're enjoying the content. Also, if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button to follow our journey towards Premier League and beyond. And as you're doing that, you can hit that small notification bell to be super duper sure of not missing out on anything. Also check out the links in the description if you want to support the channel even more. There is some cool perks you can get if you decide to get a membership here and support the channel, which would be huge, and I would be so humbled. But you could get your chance to name one youth player per game here in the youth intakes in either FIFA Manager or Football Manager, whichever game you fancy. And yeah, let's focus here on the match. We do have a highlight still going on. Were a good chance for Bassett in the first sequence. Now it looks like it will be a counter-attack here for Dorking. Muyet with a shot, but quite a poor shot and quite a long way out there or from the post. Into extra time and a corner here for Bassett to hack it with it, and Brandt with a header, and it's a goal for Bassett here. So definitely deciding this match with a 3-0 goal here in the 91st minute with 92 minutes to play in total. So nice stuff there, and a good corner and a good goal there by Brandt, and nice for him to get on the scoreboard 2 times in this match. No, not 2 times, but he were on the scoreboard in the last match, I believe. Still a good run for him. And the final result for Bassett versus Dorking is 3-0. Shots 22-8, shots on target 15-4, and possession 63-37%. So definitely a good match here by the lads, and I'm very proud of them. Overall, really good ratings as well for the team, which is very, very nice. And I think we are a little bit on a good run here at the moment, which feels very, very nice. 1,116 attending that game, which is good. We get a little bit of prize money, 7k. It's not really anything for us here at this stage, but it's good. And Billy K playing all right, or not Billy K, Richard Power getting a match, which is good, but not that impressive. And we'll praise Pearson here for his performance, which were superb as per usual, pretty much. And we'll take a short break here, and I will be back very shortly. Time then for a sort of a top meeting here in the league against Harrogate, who are 4th in the league, which will be a hard match for us. But we are very much in form, so it's pretty much even Steven here. According to the bookmakers, this time another site that you could click, but we are not clicking it or anything like that. This time around, we will make sure to put Rowan back in the team instead of Baxter, as the team is a lot stronger that way. Senko, Tom Price is not either correct. We want Tom Smith, and we want Price on the bench instead of Simpson there. And Clark, Asante, and Baxter, yes, that is the correct players on the bench. And everyone is fresh here? Yes. So here we go for the final match of this episode against Harrogate, and we will hope that we can do something good here. So let's hand over to assistant ×2 and kick off and play just like we always do here on the channel for this game at least. And yeah, a slow start, which it is quite a few times. But yeah, if you're playing Football Manager as well, any version of it, really, I'd love to hear your story. But let's concentrate. We do have a highlight here. Harrogate with the ball and getting the ball there in the middle. Leg doing a superb save and Harrogate missing an open goal. That sequence were one of the more crazy that I've ever seen in Football Manager 2020, I believe. That save or throw by a leg there in the first moment were pretty darn crazy, and that horrid miss by whatever player it was in Harrogate were almost as shockingly bad as the save from leg were good, but yeah, nothing too much to say there. But here it's been a goal for Harrogate, but it's been disallowed for handball. Actually haven't seen that either, I believe, so far in the 2020, but alright, that's news to me that you can get disallowed for handball. I don't think I've ever seen that in my Let's Play series of 200 episodes in Football Manager 2019 either, but I could have been blind just to say. So after halftime, the scoreline is 0-0. Fair? Yeah, sort of. Are we on top on this match? No, we're definitely trailing. We're not really hitting the target, and we really haven't had any real chances. Those have been for Harrogate 2 pretty big chances, at least. Rating on our players is sort of mixed, but sort of all right. So hopefully they can play good or continue that way or play better here in the second half. We are definitely in the fresher side there, looking on the freshness on the Harrogate players. That is very nice. And they are coming though here with a chance. Muldon with the ball, just driving it in, and it's a goal here for Harrogate in the 55th minute. Decent shot there by Falkingham. Not that great of a action, so to say, from our keeper there. I think he probably could do better. Let's have a second look on it here on the replay if he should be able to save it. A good block there by our defender, but straight out there to Falkingham. A bit unlucky, but yeah, I think Leg should have been able to touch that ball at least. So I sort of blame it on him there. And first time in this match we are doing some shouts there, and I should maybe have picked another one, but that is what happened there. So in with Asante instead of Brunt, and pressing forward. And I think Price is a player that we want to develop, as is Clark, of course. So we'll just put those guys in to those players that are most tired. And we'll confirm that. We'll shout demand more. We aren't really demanding more, but we'll shout that as soon as we can. And yeah, they look pretty composed, a little bit pressured and a little bit focused, so a big mix there. We do get a highlight here in the 86th, 87th minute. Price with ball, passing to Smith and passing to Taylor on the right-hand side, and a through ball to Britton. Britton versus the keeper, and he shoots real hard, but keeper saves an out for a corner there. And I guess that were the first real chance for Bassett here in this match, which were, unfortunately, as you saw, are pretty bad. Pearson here with the corner, and a bad corner, very bad corner actually, and the ball out to Muldoon here with a big run on the right hand side for Harrogate, and he's getting all the way through here, and Emmett getting the ball there and getting through, and a shot there, but that were super wide of the goal, no danger whatsoever. So there we have it, full time, and the full time result for Bassett versus Harrogate then 0-1, unfortunately. Shots 8-10, shots on target 2-4, and possession 61-39%. So not the result what we wanted. Was it fair? Definitely though. I don't think we deserve to win that match or even draw it. I think the players played too badly. Looking at player ratings here now, they played all right, and it's not that of a bad loss here, not that big or anything like that. So it's all right. It's just not what it could have been. So dropping down there to 13th place in the league, not 20 anything, and we are still having 5 points up to the playoff zone. Possibly a bit less when everyone are on the same number of games played, but it's quite good, and 10 points clear of the relegation zone. The same thing there that could be different, but not really. And let's have a look here on this goalless Asante. Well, that's fine. Barry gets to play a little bit for Brackley, which is good, and Richard play for Billy Kay, which is also good. But nonetheless, that's everything for this episode, so I hope you have enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time, and bye-bye! You have been watching Rawslowgaming, and I hope you have enjoyed. On clicking on the video on the left, you will see the next video in this series, and on the right our latest upload to the channel. And with that said, thank you again for watching.